This afternoon, we're continue our conversation about phone bans in schools. You know, many schools in Colorado are just trying to figure out the student phone use under a new state law. We're not alone because schools across the country are dealing with this right now. And we're hearing about some of the upsides. I can slow down and say that. Okay, joining us now, our parenting expert, Dr. Cheryl Ziegler. So this is an unexpected upside.
Yes, they said, like, there was this little headline. It was like, phones down and books are up. So kids are checking out books out of the library. I think in the first 3 weeks, they had checked out as many as they had like half the year before. And you sort of are starting to see these little, and that was in Kentucky. And you're starting to see some of this like, oh, well, if they don't have, you know, their phones to stare at throughout class and in between, they're checking out books. This is great.
You finish your work and then you're thinking, well, I might as well start reading something.
Right,
Instead
or
of scrolling.
Lunch. Some kids just kind of go off and look at their phones during lunch, or during a recess, or during you're waiting for your after-school tutoring or your sport or your activity. There's a lot of time they fill in with their phone, and so when they don't have that, wow.
Look, this was a long time coming. I'm not a parenting expert, although I have raised 2 children.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're healthy and relatively happy. And, you know, so, but when they were younger and they were in school, my wife and I were like, why do they let the kids have phones? And we wanted the kids to have a phone because of safety.
Yeah.
You know, they need to call us, they get in trouble. But during school, the only reason to have a phone is to distract you from your schoolwork. It's what we told them at home. The only reason to have it in your room at night is to keep you up. So why do you think this took so long?
Well, there has been a lot of pushback from parents. There has been the piece around, you know, parents literally going to board meetings and saying, I want to be able to contact my kid. And of course, kids are not, you know, excited about this. What has gotten us, though, the tipping point, I think, are the really negative outcomes. So we're seeing a real dip in reading scores. We are at today an all-time low. Right now in our 12th grade graduating class, only 1 in 3 graduates is proficient. That means 2/3 of high school graduates. Yes. So there was a professor talking about, there was a Wall Street Journal article, and he was talking about, we might have kids walking around that literally will not be able to understand what a political speech even means, what they're saying. Or you get jury duty and there's a bunch of, you know, directions on what to do. They won't understand it.
Stats were not great before phones were introduced.
That's
so
right.
It just made it worse.
It made it worse. And when we look at, there's certain things we look at because we think this was a COVID thing, but really 2013 was the year where we started to consistently see the reading scores go down. And that's when phone use started going up. And so one of the points is that this really isn't necessarily something from COVID. This started way before. COVID made it worse. And here we are at actual all-time record lows. And certainly it seems like these screens have, and screens, they actually defined cell phone use and even just screens at school. So having kids constantly learning on a screen, we all know they get around and they're distracted by other things.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all guilty of that. But the smartphone in particular, sometimes it makes it too easy. As you're flipping and if you want to look at something, you want to look at how to do something, you just go to YouTube or you listen to TikTok and
now there's AI and chat.
Yeah, and ChatGPT. So it's almost like that's part of it.
Yeah, and one of the other interesting things that is coming out of this research is to say that when a kid has their cell phone in class, let's say I'm the kid next to them and I'm trying not to, and I have my phone down, that it actually has that impact on me, the student who's not trying. Now I'm distracted by someone else's. Yes. And just looking at a phone, they say raises our cortisol levels, our stress levels. So even if some kids have it out, but some kids don't, it is impacting the kids who don't. So overall, really pretty negative and really concerning. That's why checking more books out of a library is so good on many, many levels, just even bettering their reading.
It'll be nice to see what the kids have to say after we have some extended period of this, because my children both separately have told me they like it when we go on vacation and they just drop the phone and they like living in the now. So maybe it'll be a new trend.
Yeah, I hope so. I think we're trending that way, where states are really picking onto this. So.
Okay, lots of upsides. That makes me think of everything, all the good things. So,
all the good things.
Thank you, Dr. Ziegler.
You're welcome.